Hello everybody, this is Jitterzz and welcome to my new video. Today's subject will be Windwalker Monk Burst. I made a guide and I went over like the talents and the glyphs and everything like that, and maybe some general rotation and everything like that. But after I saw a comment where someone was saying, oh, I'd really like to see an actual burst video, explain your burst, everything like that, I figured, okay, I will put it all into one video and it'll be solely about burst. So, here we go. Basically, I have already stacked up 10 Tiger Eye Brew stacks prior to this recording. And then, basically, your general rotation will be the same. I will use this one-shot macro here. The one-shot macro here will give me the ability to use Storm, Earth, and Fire, and then it'll cast Spinning Crane Kick, so that it will copy my AoE abilities. So it'll copy my Chi Burst, it'll copy my Chi Explosion, and overall do more damage because it'll do full that damage. And then I will cancel it with this Cancel Aura macro, and then keep going with the rotation. So here we go. I'll show you guys exactly how it works. Start off with Expel Harm, hit a jab. Now use your abilities, Rising Sun Kick, Tiger Palm to get your stuff, and then hit Tiger Eye Brew. Actually, hit the one-shot macro. It'll use everything for you. And so there you go. And then use Chi Burst. And then use Chi Explosion. And then you're going to cancel Aura macro. And then you're going to use your spinning, your Chi Torpedoes. And then it's going to do a crap ton of damage to the enemy. So basically, that's how that works. That's with the Storm, Earth, and Fire one-shot macro that I have. And now I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looks like when you're not using this one-shot macro. Here, I'll show it to you guys real quick. So it's this one right here. With this, you guys can copy and paste if you want. Here you go. It's the Storm, Earth, and Fire, a cast Tiger Eye Brew, and then a cast Spinning Crane Kick right there. It also casts my on-use trinket right here, my PvP trinket. And that's what it does. That's how it copies your abilities. But it'll only copy Chi Burst and Chi Explosion. So don't be using it thinking it'll copy your Blackout Kicks or your Rising Sun Kicks or anything. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, that's that rotation with this one-shot macro. Now I will show you guys exactly how it works. If you don't want to use this one-shot macro, totally fine. It's good either way. Monks can do a lot of burst either way. So I'll show you guys how to do it without this one-shot macro now. Alright, we're back, and I'm going to show you exactly how to burst without having to use this one-shot macro if you don't like the Storm, Earth, and Fire gameplay. I used both of my Chi Brews to get some Chi back and to get some Tiger Eye Brews. So basically, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to start off with a Rising Sun Kick into a Tiger Palm, and then we're going to get 4 Chi, right? And then, you only need 3, but, get 4 because, that's good. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hit Tiger Eye Brew, you're going to hit your unused trinket if you have one, and then you're going to use Chi Burst, then you're going to follow up with Fists of Fury, and then you're going to use Chi Torpedoes. So I'll show you guys exactly how that works. It's very quick. You have to hit all of your abilities right, but honestly, once you get this down, it's so easy. It's just muscle memory, and it's really quite easy after that point. So I'll show you guys. So Rising Sun Kick, Tiger Palm, with preferably actually get your 5 Chi if you want, because it really helps with your sustained damage at that point. Now hit Tiger Eye Brew. Now hit Burst, and then hit Chi Burst into a Rising Sun Kick into Fists of Fury, and then use your Jumping Chi Torpedoes. And there you go, and that does a ton of damage. It's really quick. I'll show you guys exactly how quickly you can get that off when I'm not talking over it. Okay, everyone, here's our burst rotation without any commentary. I will just do this exactly how fast it requires, And this is exactly how you would open up on an enemy, maybe minus the fact that you'd have 10 Tiger Eye Brew stacks, but I just have 10, so I can show you guys exactly how it would go and how much it would, like how, the numbers you'd see, and just doing it the exact way that you should. So here we go. And there you go. It was a little unfair because this rune of empowerment, the little circle thingy, popped up right when I was, right next to my target. So I might have gotten some crits that were not necessarily correct to be there. But you get the general idea. It's really good to set this up, go in with a sap like I did, and then go into a full stun if you feel like you should, want to. Unless they have a good way of breaking out of your Fist of Fury, I recommend saving your leg sweep for afterwards. Into a Rising Sun Kick and stuff like that. Now, what's great actually is if you can sit there and burst on a target that already has Rising Sun Kick on them. For instance, if they already have the debuff and your cooldown is coming back up, it's actually better to save that for after your chi burst, because it overall adds more burst to your play. So, if you can, it would be really beneficial to have the Rising Sun Kick off and then do this. You see, so the fact is that he already had Rising Sun Kick off, and the thing is that you can hit people, and then they can tell that you're going to burst. So what happens is they will stop your chi burst, and that actually really screws up your stuff. So like if you can sit here and do some damage to people, build up Tiger Eye Brew stacks by and then they still have the stacks on them, then you can go like this into a perfect Rising Sun Kick, and it'll do a bunch of burst damage because your Chi Burst and your Rising Sun Kick will go through the target at the same time. And then you get instantly stunned. They get so surprised that they didn't, and all of a sudden they're stunned and they can't do anything about it except trinket, which will, it'll force people's trinkets really well. And that's why sometimes you'll want to save leg sweep for afterwards if they maybe trinket your Fist of Fury. If you know that they don't have the trinket, it's really good to just go up and leg sweep because it just sets up this kill so nicely. Yeah, and that's how you burst. It's pretty. That's just the general idea. That's your burst rotation. That's what you really want. I highly don't recommend. I used to do this. I used to be a victim. A victim of doing this. Is I used to pop Tiger Eye Brews way too early. Like, I'd sit here with 5, and I'd go, I think that's good enough. Or I'd sit here with, like, I'd sit here and I go, I really just want to hit these buttons now, Even at 8, I think 8 to 10 is okay, But really, you want 10, I mean, you really want that extra 12%, You don't want to settle for only getting 8 stacks most of the time, And it's easy enough to generate, It's easy enough to generate 10 stacks. It really is. And this is also, guys, assuming that you're going to be running with Chi Burst and with Chi Explosion. It also works with Hurricane Strike. It works with Chi Wave. It's totally easy. It's fine. I'll show you guys exactly how Chi Wave works real quick with the Hurricane Strike while I'm at it. So basically, all I do is I go to my macros, and then I'm going to change out my Chi Burst macro for this macro here, which is for Chi Wave. So for Chi Wave, it's going to actually target me. It's going to cast Chi Wave, and then it's going to target last target. So it's just the way of doing it with Chi Wave instead. Oh, let me put the Hurricane Strike in my bar. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys exactly how this would work. It takes up a bit more time to generate your your Tiger Eye brew stacks. But what's really nice about this way of doing it is that your clone, when you're using Storm, Earth, and Fire, does not have to actually cast Spinning Crane Kick to be able to copy your abilities. It'll actually cast Chi Wave, and that'll cause it to copy. So I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. So I'm going to do the same thing, get 10 stacks, use our burst macro, and then follow up with our Hurricane Strike. So I'll show you guys. Do this, do that, do this, and then we're going to use everything, and then it'll just instantly channel that, the Hurricane Strike, and then jab into a Fist of Fury. Or you can Fist of Fury and then, jab into a Hurricane Strike. Either or. They both have 3 Chi, and, they're both useful cooldowns. But, like I said, the Chi Wave allows me to instantly Hurricane Strike, and my clone will copy it. Same thing goes with Chi Explosion. If I go Chi Explosion, well, I have to wait. If I go Chi Explosion, it'll do the exact same thing, where I can just instantly Chi Wave, and my clone will just do the Chi Wave with me, and I can Chi Explosion, which is how I get a lot of burst damage, even from a range. I'll show you guys. So, let's build up the Tiger Eye brew stacks, because that's important. And also, guys, after your burst, you're gonna still have some Tiger Eye, duration left over. So at that point, just hit your Chi torpedoes and do max damage like that. Okay, so here we are. We've got Prime set up, and so we're gonna do this. Chi Explosion, and then cancel, and then use your Fist of Fury, and then jumping Chi torpedoes. See? So because Chi Wave will copy what my clone will copy what Chi Wave does. Watch what I can do from range. And it'll see, if you look at the target, he has 2 Chi Explosion debuffs. One is less than the other because the clone does less damage than you. But the thing is, it is extra damage, and that's what's important. So when you're bursting people, you can actually burst them from range, doing either Chi Wave or Chi Burst with your clone into a Chi Explosion, and it'll burst from range. I think I covered everything. I talked about my macros. If you guys, here's the macro again for Chi Wave. Here's the macro for Chi Burst. If you guys want to pause the video, you can. Oh, here's the Cancel Aura macro. It's literally just Cancel Aura, Storm, Earth, and Fire. I talked about the rotation for Chi Wave. I talked about the rotation for Chi Burst. I talked about Hurricane Strike and Chi Explosion. And honestly, guys, if you're just doing BGs like I usually do, I recommend going Celerity, because Celerity is just really awesome in BGs. And second of all, it adds for your burst. We get to sit here and we get to use we get to use all of those we get to use 3 Chi torpedoes, and it really helps with our burst. So we get to go like this, and then we get to Chi Explosion, and then we get to Fist of Fury, and then we get to Chi Torpedo, and then Chi Torpedo, like that. And it's really cool. It's really fun, and I recommend Celerity. The thing is, I think arenas, like I said in my guide, arenas are probably better for. Tiger's Lust is probably better for arenas, but for regular BGs, if you want more burst, go with Chi Torpedo, because it just adds one of your strongest abilities into, another charge of your strongest ability into your gameplay. Guys, I'm sorry if I went on and on about certain things that I didn't need to. I think that I just wanted to cover everything and really explain it all. I hope I answered all of your questions, and I really think that Monk is really good, especially with burst. because we can burst every 25 seconds. Because Fist of Fury is really where our burst, comes into play. So like, I have a trouble of doing this right now. Sometimes is I sit there and I just want to use my Fist of Fury right away when really you should get 10 Tiger Eye Brew stacks, and it would be best if you had the Tiger Strikes. And it would be best if you had your on-use trinket. So it's a lot of things to watch for. It's like hard to know when to burst, but right now is when I would. Because I had Tiger Strikes, I had 10 stacks, and I had my trinket up, and then I Chi Torpedo into that. So yeah, and yeah, I mean, honestly, don't get too caught up looking at Tiger Strikes. It helps, but it's not game changing. It's, your whole rotation doesn't depend on Tiger Strikes. Mine certainly doesn't, and I think that I have a fair amount of success, at least when I'm playing casually in Battlegrounds. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that I answered, again, all of your questions. If you have any more, just feel free to leave a comment, and I will comment you back, and hopefully in an expeditious manner. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your views, and I really appreciate your support. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy that that I play Monk, and that I've got you guys, behind me, and you guys are really supporting me and helping me out. And thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this burst guide. Thank you.